It's the most wonderful time of the year. AOA podcast back for another episode. Cuddles is in the house.
Hey, what's up?
Here's what we're talking about. Big Wall Street Journal piece on Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates yesterday. We'll review that with everybody. Plus the escort who says that she's pulling in $34,000 a week turning tricks in New York City. Do escorts turn tricks or do they just escorts?
I don't know. Do they
I don't know.
do other things for men? I don't know.
Plus, we have a Senate sex scandal. Somebody was fired for doing the nasty in the Senate. We've got an eggnog controversy, and Emily Ratajkowski lost her MSG seats for this reason. We'll share all that with you and more on this episode. Oh my God, Cuddles. I mean, what more could you ask for? Celebrities, sex scandals, prostitution, eggnog. That's a holiday episode right there.
It's damn right.
That is an American holiday episode if I ever saw one. I do say so myself. What up to everybody in the live chat? Hello, replay crew. Don't forget, we've got a special deal on the AOA merch right now. You can save 20% when you use the promo code OLDMEN. That's promo code OLDMEN. Link in the description below, or just click the store link at anthonyonair.com. Let's start off with Epstein and Gates. Big story in the Wall Street Journal. Headline there: Jeffrey Epstein never stopped abusing women, and his VIP circle helped make it possible. There were some new photos that emerged of Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, and one of Epstein's biggest victims. So that's the big story that spurred this sort of Wall Street Journal cover story. It was on the cover of several periodicals across the country yesterday. The photo is believed to be among the first showing Gates with an alleged Epstein victim, was allegedly taken by Jeffrey Epstein at Gates's Seattle office in March of 2014. That would, if you need help with the timeline, put us 7 years after Epstein's first conviction in Florida, soliciting and procuring a minor for prostitution. The image was published in the Journal Sunday. Gates is seen smiling and fiddling with the zipper of his dark quarter zip sweater as a woman identified as a Polish model, then in her 20s, stands at his side in a gray jacket and a blue scarf with her chest nearly pressed up against him. The woman whose face was obscured in the published photo told the Journal she met with Epstein, a registered sex offender, months before the snap was taken, and that he quickly began showering her with promises that he could help her career and with his powerful connections. At least 3 other photos exist, allegedly showing Gates with Epstein's accusers. The Journal reported, saying it reviewed images of a Russian model who claimed she was abused by Epstein, posing with the tech titan at locations including the Four Seasons Hotel in New York City and Epstein's Upper East Side townhouse. Gates wasn't the only name to be caught with one of the alleged victims. We also got a new photo of Woody Allen at Epstein's townhouse with former CBS News journalist Charlie Rose and the Polish model. So Charlie Rose, accused of sexual misconduct. Woody Allen, who married his
adoptive. Isn't it like his adoptive daughter? That's not shocking. He creeps me out, that man.
Yes. And Bill Gates. And we are all supposed to act like none of those dudes did anything wrong.
They're innocent. They're innocent. Yeah.
You know who weirds me out the most is, honestly, I swear to God, Woody Allen. Because people still, I mean, people revere and love Woody Allen. I respect Woody Allen as a director, but after the daughter thing and this connection now, I don't know how people could feel good. I mean, to say he can direct a great movie or he directed a hell of a movie 20, 30 years ago, okay, fine. But to be like, oh, Woody Allen is a genius and I can't wait to work with him, it seems kind of weird that all the liberal people in Hollywood just look the other way on this Woody Allen issue without.
Oh, they always do on everything like that.
Always did too with Woody. I don't know what it is, but Woody Allen always got the pass. Oh, I always felt like the kid thing was weird enough. You know, I mean, I guess you could make the argument of people fall in love, but it's still, I, I was never fully comfortable with it, to be honest. Just seems very strange. But then again, I'm not all that comfortable with people like who are together with a 30-year difference. Who, you know, even if it's like 25 and 55, it always feels a little weird to me. I don't know what you talk to those people about. Like, I have a hard time talking to people in their 20s nowadays. I feel like I come from a different time. I'm like, I remember when phones had cords and were on the wall and you had to do this. It was amazing. You know, I feel like how when we were like 8 talking to our grandmas, that's how I feel when I talk to a 20-year-old today.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, are you that dumb? Like, what the fuck?
But it's like there's in most, if you talk to a 25-year-old, there's only a 15-year difference in our ages. Yet I feel like I come from a prehistoric time compared to them.
We do. We're old as fuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're so old.
Like when we went to the Thanksgiving Day parade and I was telling people how you verbally abused Chicago.
I was telling them I love them. That's not verbally abusing. No. I was letting them know they're the meaning in my life. They're my inspiration. Okay.
Well, you almost got us kicked out of the VIP area. That's all I'm going to say.
Fuck that.
But when I was telling people about Chicago, like the amount of young people that were like, the city, I'm so what are you talking? Like, they have no idea who the band Chicago is.
Come on.
It's weird. It's the truth, though. It's weird when you talk to a young person. There's a weird, I think at a 5-year, 10-year age difference, there's some people go, yo, yeah. Once you hit 15 years, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they have no concept of anything. Where I feel like as a 40-year-old, when we talk to 55-year-olds, we can connect with them over 80s hair metal and some of the shit that they were accustomed to that we necessarily, you know.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It feels weird. And then they go like this. They're like, oh, I think I saw one of those phones on the internet in a picture once. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah.
Makes me feel really good about everything. So anyway, Woody Allen always gets a pass for some odd reason. Bill Gates continues to get a pass on a lot of this, even though it's the reason why Melinda Gates left him was because she was uncomfortable with this. Mm-hmm. So it just feels like there was more. I mean, part of me thinks like, oh, how could somebody not have come forward now if he really did do bad things to women? But then on the other hand, I also feel like there's probably, allegedly, just my feeling, my humble opinion, I could be wrong, don't sue me, probably people that are just terrified to come forward at this point still with
yeah. I mean, he's a billionaire. Like, he has lawyers at his disposal. Like, of course women are going to feel like intimidated to come forward, and that's sad.
Yeah. I don't want to bore everybody with the rest of this article, but it's a lot of the same old typical thing of like, he used those connections. Like, he like strung this Polish woman along with the whole Gates thing. And then he would like use these photos to like recruit more girls to be like, look, you know, look what, I mean, he would like, there was one kind of semi-revelation in this piece of like, he would tell these women to post the pictures, which is a little surprising because he was always super private. Like, if you remember, there was a lot of times where people wanted to write an article about him because he was so mysterious and nobody knew anything about him in the early days of discovering him, and he would shut all that stuff down. He didn't want any sort of press or publicity. But here we are in like 2014, and he's like encouraging these girls to post on social media to get a buzz. Like, why, you know, to get people talking about, oh, who's this and how did they get connected and blah, blah, blah. So, but he would use these moments in these photos as other reasons to get other women involved, to keep dragging along other women in his little schemes. I mean, the guy was a dealer, man. He just wheeled and dealed and kept a lot of balls in the air juggling these things. I don't know how he did it, but he did it for a long time. So
yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Real big. And again, Gates, I mean,
yep.
a couple of times we talked about some of the reporters who had him on the show, like wanted him to talk about it, and he keeps like denying wanting to talk about it. But I think he should keep. I think those people should keep. I mean, I don't think you could agree to an interview with Gates without asking him, like, you knew this guy was trouble. What,
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
Or what were you thinking with?
Exactly. And again, all I mean, you can't point. His wife is on record saying she was uncomfortable with this stuff, or there's a lot of reports, at least, of her saying behind the scenes she was uncomfortable with that relationship, and that was like the breaking point. He stayed over at the house. Now there's new photos coming up. I mean, it's amazing with everything that has been done with investigating Epstein that there are still new photos coming to light, after all these years.
Yes.
So
good. And everything should come to light, and people should stop thinking these people are so sweet and nice, and really start digging in and see what really happened, because a lot of girls probably took a lot of abuse because of men.
And this Polish woman, she after a while, she was like, I'm out. She leaves. He would be constantly calling her and messaging her like, you come back, you can have it all. Look at how quickly I got you with Bill Gates. Think what else I could do. Like, he would just constantly like string her along and keep him going. It's unbelievable that this went on for so long, so unchecked by so many people. I still think, Cuddles, and a lot of conspiracy theory stuff has been popping up on my feeds the last couple of days. I still think this is the greatest. It's not even a conspiracy theory. It's a scandal, whatever you want to call it. This is the biggest one that we've had in the last 25, 30 years.
Yep.
The fact that this guy was able to just operate and nobody really knows, who is he Israeli intelligence? Is he CIA operative? Nobody really seems to know. And he did the worst sex trafficking ring we've ever seen, really. And it went on for years unchecked, helped out by powerful people, celebrities. It's unbelievable. I think this is the biggest scandal we've had in a long time, which is evident by the fact that we're still talking about it every time it hits the news. I want to talk about this young lady. There is a woman out there who claims to be a $34,000 a week escort. The headline in this piece, Business Insider did the piece on it, that in December, I guess, I don't know if this is like a holiday, lonely time, more travel kind of a thing, she's raking in up to $34,000 a week from her clients. Her name is Mia Lee. She's a former Wall Street accountant.
Okay.
She's a stripper and escort who caters to wealthy men.
Okay.
She calls herself a professional girlfriend. 35 years old. She gets paid from private dancing sessions at one of Manhattan's elite strip clubs, as well as charging for luxurious getaways, when she spoke to the Post earlier today. Lee said, who wouldn't give up the name of her high-end jiggle joint, according to the Post, in her strip club. A preponderance of my clients say I'm the most interesting woman they've ever met. I have a combination of unique skills and interests and life experiences. I mean, it's kind of true when you think about it. If she was a former accountant, she could probably talk to these Wall Street nerds about money and get their blood really flowing.
Oh, yeah. She gets them hard.
Yeah. I mean, think about when we first met and you started talking to me about hockey. I was like, this is the
right. That's it. That's all I had to do was talk hockey, and I had you, and talk about me being able to cook.
Yeah. Which, in hindsight, you should have brought up the chicken cutlets sooner. You would have probably gotten engaged sooner.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had to wait 3 years. But go ahead.
Lee also competes in mixed martial arts and has a love for luxury items such as high-end cars, expensive liquors, and imported cigars. She told Business Insider, I've traveled to over 60 countries, speak 4 languages, and have a slew of tomboy hobbies like competitive shooting and racing. She says the holiday season is not always the most lucrative. This past June, she raked in $47,200 in 1 week. The big spenders tend to require her services more frequently toward the end of the year, resulting in her hefty weekly haul. Telling Business Insider, Lee said, quote, I think it's a combination of the cold weather and holiday parties that bring out more clients. And a decent number of them don't really like spending time with their families, so they look for an escape. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is as soon as I saw this, the thing that made me want to talk about this is this point right here. It's this hitch, not complex, but what do you call it when you have when you're caught in a situation? A hitch pickle?
Hitch pickle? I've never heard that. I've heard
do you remember the movie Hitch?
Yes, with what's his face?
Jada Pinkett Smith's husband.
Yes, I remember. Will Smith.
He was hooking people up. He would charge like rich people a lot of money to find their soulmate, right?
Or to get people to like them and fall in love with them. Yes.
Thank you, Raven. Hitch Catch 22. I don't know maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I think it starts with a P.
I don't know what you're trying to say. You just keep going. Yeah.
Somebody think of another word for Catch 22 that starts with a P. Anyway, Hitch would find soulmates for people that wanted to fork over a lot of money, but he had to be anonymous.
Yes.
Right? In the movie, as soon as he got found out, he lost his ability to do all of that. Isn't it the same thing with her? Because now that she's like famous, she was in Business Insider, the Post wrote about her, we're talking about her, like a lot of people might be picking up the story. Doesn't that blow her whole
no.
But a guy will pay her for her time. Like Conundrum, maybe it's Conundrum, the Hitch Conundrum. Yeah, I like Conundrum. That's it, Paul. Thank you. Let's go with Conundrum. She outed herself. So if you bring her to a party, if you're paying her like 10 grand to bring her to the holiday party, and now she's in these articles and her name is out there and she's like everywhere, who's going to want to pay her for her services anymore?
Yeah, but do you see her picture? Do you see her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's stupid. I would have never given my photo because now you go out and you're going to be like, that's that whore that sells herself. No, you have to have an air of like secrecy around you, like, a buzz about you, but no one sees you. No, honey. Why did she do that? She could have given an interview and not given a photo. She didn't give her goddamn name.
She did, Mia Lee.
No, is that her real name?
Oh, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I assume so. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
But she's on like Instagram. She's on Twitter. Like I found her in 2 seconds. I was able to find her.
And there are pictures of her?
There's a lot of pictures of her. Like her Instagram there's a lot of nudie shots.
She's just out doing this shit and like guys are okay. Like it's going to be out there. What if like it's a married man and the wife is going to find you?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh no!
Isn't this the worst?
My husband, I'd fuck her up.
Isn't this the worst thing that she could have done? Is talk to the press, or maybe not? Is it that she's going to get a lot of press? People are going to forget about it in a week from now, and then it's going
to be. Is this like something big for her? Because guys could be like, "Oh, I'm with her."
I don't know. I guess so. I'll tell you what. Like, there's different. She definitely. Like if you look at these are some of she did like a money segment on her Instagram.
Yeah.
So there she is right there, which honestly does not look like, hold on. Doesn't look like some of these other snaps of herself. Like this is the same.
Oh dear Jesus.
That's the same person.
Listen, I mean, she's confident. She likes what she's doing. I mean, good for her. Go do you. If
But
these
look,
men want to give it to you, but
up until 10 weeks ago, she was kind of like blurring her face a little bit.
yeah, that is weird. Why would you do that then? I wouldn't want people to like really know what I look like just because it's like what if you're out and a rich guy a photo's taken of you with another guy and then it gets like I don't know. Like I would not want that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even like my face being on your show.
Truth. And she only has 5,700 followers on Instagram. I thought that would be higher.
Like, is she doing this with married men?
I would assume so.
Who don't want to be. See, that's where
I don't think she
you get in.
I don't think she just. I mean, I don't know. When I hear like holiday parties and stuff like that, I feel like you're coming into the corporate party in the city and you want to take somebody with you, that kind of. I don't know. I would assume that she's doing single dudes as much as she's doing married dudes. Just to,
yeah, but you take them to a corporate party and they're like, "Oh, who's is this?" And you someone who might know you. You're not there with your wife.
Well, that's why I think she's probably going with single dudes just as much because what young single guy wouldn't want to show up with a beautiful woman on his arm and be like, yeah, just I met so and so, you know.
Yeah, but like, oh my God, the part where she says about the family, that's when I was like, oh, is she with married men too?
I'm sure she doesn't give a shit. I don't think people that are escorts go, "Are you single?" Because I can't do this with a married man. I don't think they discriminate. I just think
then there's a special place. Then there's a special place in hell for those who is okay. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Next topic before you get me really heated.
She claims to have spent a dozen years on Wall Street. She's 5'2". She's a divorcee. Oh, I didn't know this. Was in an open marriage for 3 years that ended in 2021. The negative externalities of the relationship were directly impacting my bottom line, and that was completely intolerable for me, she told Business Insider. Anyone who fucks with my money, you are more than dead to me. I guess maybe
she sounds like a real peach.
Yeah. According to her site, a client who wants her to stay overnight will have to cough up $7,000. While a 4-hour rendezvous costs $4,000, the cheapest option is a minimum 1-hour session that goes for $1,300. Should we pay $1,300 to have her on the podcast?
No.
Just ask her all sorts of like, how do you do this or what do you do for that? Look at this. Lee offers couples dates or same day booking for an additional $500.
Oh, isn't she so nice?
So for $1,800, Cuddles, she can come on the podcast with the both of us so we can ask her questions.
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks.
If you want to whisk her away, you have to foot the bill for the flight, accommodations, and ground transportation. A trip can cost you from $7,000 to $12,000, and the price tag gets higher if they want to take her out of the country. Trips to South America and Europe cost $20,000 at a minimum. Everywhere else is at least $30,000. Lee also spends significant sums of money to maintain her appearance, including reportedly a $10,000 for removal of all her body hair, $100 every 3 weeks for eyelash extensions, and $3,900 for Miraidry, a sweat eliminating treatment that mitigates the need for constant showering.
What the fuck?
I opt for constant showering. I don't care how much you're sweating. If you're escorting, I feel like constant showering is a necessity.
Yep.
$100 every 3 weeks for eyelash extensions?
Yes. Yeah, they're expensive. If you go into like a decent, like good place extension, yes, they're very expensive.
She's also the creator of her own YouTube channel called Money Talks with Mia Lee, in which she offers financial advice. I wonder if that financial advice is, you'd be amazed at how much more you can grow your portfolio if you just blow it, dude.
Yeah.
Because you can't argue with that logic. It's pretty sound.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's pretty sound logic. I was having trouble with my 401k until I charged the guy $4,000 for a blowjob. But then
And now it's looking great.
we really got the ball rolling. If you're having a tough time right now in the economy, why don't you consider finding a guy on Wall Street and tickling his asshole? Because that might be the thing that you need to get over the hump. I feel like I can do a financial advice show with her.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be really great.
Where do you come up with these things?
I'm just saying. If you've fallen on tough times, let that camera fall on your big toe, because Feet Finder is going to help the 401k.
I still don't understand how that works. I still don't get why people buy pictures of fucking feet.
Neither do I.
I don't get it.
How much is that real, though, or how much is that just internet jokes at this point?
I don't know. Even someone paying $1, you're paying $1 to see someone's feet. First of all, the internet, you could find people's feet anywhere on the internet.
I feel like you would pay money to not have to look at people's feet. You don't really love feet.
I absolutely hate feet. I hate my own feet. I hate my children's feet. I despise with every ounce of my body your feet.
Do you love your kids? Yes, except for their feet, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I hate feet. Have you seen them? Oh my God.
Paul writes, she's got a golden parachute from giving golden showers. That's the slogan. Now we're coming up with good marketing campaigns for her.
See?
You know?
That was a good one.
Thank you. If I spend $4,000 on a pro, I would call that a glory hole. DJ Shenanigan. I also don't, here's why, Cuddles, here's why you never have to worry about me going with an escort. I don't like spending this much money on you, and you're the person I've chosen to spend my life with.
You don't have any money. We take all your money.
I know, that's true.
Those two little gutter gremlins that we brought into this world, they take all our money.
I suffer from buyer's remorse. You know this. Like when I get something, especially if I buy something for myself, which is a very rare thing, I then immediately feel bad about it.
What? Wait. Do you have buyer's remorse for the stupid fucking fart machine that you just bought? Buyer's remorse, because you one-clicked that really fast, and then 2 days later that was at our goddamn door, and there you were sitting with it, playing with it. Okay, so don't say you have buyer's remorse. Fucking immature idiot.
All right. In all, now here's all our marriage problems coming out. In all honesty, I spent $9 on the fart machine. And in my defense, and I feel like some people will come to my aid here. I saw this Leslie Nielsen video where he would go on talk shows and he would use this little fart machine.
Aww.
And Leslie Nielsen, I mean, he's so fucking funny. It would be hilarious. And I was just like, I've got to get that. I just need this in my life to have this little fart machine. So I went on Amazon and I got it here for people that are watching.
Oh, there it is.
It's this little weird black rubber thing.
It doesn't work. No,
it works. You just got to, by the way, I've been practicing. You can't just run into this. Like, you have to know what you're doing. I don't mean to be gross, but you have to have a moist hand. Sorry, J Sabs, if she's watching. And then you put it in your moist hand, and there's a little hole. Oh, look, Leisha has a fart machine. Look at this, had it for 15 years. We're going to start a club. People who have never been to Epstein Island but have fart machines. This is going to be
No. She bought it 15 years ago when she was probably like 12 or 13. If that. You are a 41-year-old grown-ass man.
Allegedly. I'd like to see a birth certificate, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because I'm not believing my mother, that liar. And oh wait, hers has a remote. Oh, see, she's got a high-tech thing.
Yeah,
mine's analog.
She spent money.
Mine's not digital, it's analog. But you do it, you can like cup it in your hand. Fucking Leslie Nielsen would go on these and he would do these press junkets where 40 dickheads come in, and this was back in the day too, when 40 dickheads would show up, and he'd sit by the poster and he'd have to answer questions over and over again. So he'd bring these things on to kind of entertain himself. And there was one guy, and he sits there and he goes, we have to make this quick because I'm having a little trouble with lunch. And so the guy goes, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I think it might have been the salmon. And he's not holding it high up here like I am for the microphone effect to it. But he would just be like, he's like, that's all it takes is one just bad piece of salmon. And and it was the funniest fucking shit. I just kept seeing this video. I'm like, I gotta buy this thing. So I bought it, and I plan on using it during our holiday break, bringing it to the family gatherings and whatnot. So
okay. I give up.
Here's somebody who will appreciate this. J-Sabs.
J-Sabs. Oh, I know it.
What? Appreciate. Oh yeah, that's. Can you buy me one? And also,
it came with two.
My daughter would love one of those.
Oh my god! No, first of all, he did that, and our daughter raised her left cheek and then farted.
Oh, that's exactly what she would do.
So disgusting.
My daughter farts and then does the eyebrow thing like this. We'll look you dead in the eye and go.
Yeah, I did that. That's what she's saying. I did that.
That's fucking too much.
I don't have much time here, but because I really don't feel good. Well, me and Frank made out, so that's why.
Can I tell you something? You look like shit.
Oh my god, can you see me? No. Thanks.
Just talking in general.
Oh, thank you.
That's not nice.
I do want to tell my story, though.
I want to hear your story.
Okay, because I'm not sure if I'll make it Wednesday, meaning I might be in jail.
Oh, okay. No.
Now I'm really excited for J-Sab's story. And I hope you get out in time for Friday because last podcast of the year.
I hope on this can you put on this episode on the side this just in case people want to hear it, or you can't go back and do that over.
No, what you see in here on the side, that's done. We can't fix that now.
Fuck. No, it's okay. All right. So you really want me to cut in and just tell you what happened?
Yeah, we covered the $34,000 a week prostitute. We'll do the sex scandal in the Senate after you. Actually, a dude got fired for banging in one of the meeting rooms in the Senate.
I've been there, done that. No big deal.
It was. Can I just say something? All right, really quickly, Gene. 2 seconds. It was one of the aides for one of the senators. He was a gay dude, and I only bring that out because he was getting it from behind. Because the photo that got leaked was him doing the old look back, from that view.
Yeah, I've done that. Never mind.
Which I feel like, and this is not a gay thing, because if that was a woman or whatever the case was, I feel like if you're going to get a sex picture leaked, the look back doggy style shot is up there in the top 3 of most embarrassing shots.
That's the one you want leaked. No?
I mean, maybe. I guess so. How that image wound up in some weird WhatsApp chat room that got leaked eventually to certain people. The dude lost his job. I don't know. I feel like what's worse, that or just spread eagle, just you on the floor, spread eagle. I don't know. I feel like those are very close to
spread eagle.
You think spread eagle's worse?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the chat right now, everybody answer the poll question. What's worse, spread eagle or the look back? If you're going to have a sex picture leaked, please comment
spread
below.
Eagle.
You spread eagle too?
Yeah.
You'd rather do that?
No, I don't want that. I don't. Oh, no. Wait, did I answer the question wrong?
What is worse, spread eagle or getting banged from behind, if that's going to leak?
Spread eagle is worse.
Because you see more. Is that why you both are saying that?
Hell yeah.
All right. Alicia's with you. Spread eagle. Christine also agrees. Spread eagle. TD freelancer. Spread eagle. Okay. All right. I felt like this is kind of embarrassing too, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. So that's the sex scandal. All right, J Sabs.
Okay.
This J Sabs texted me on. I don't want to say when because I don't want to ruin the story. But she's like, I got a story. And ever since then, I've been very excited. So the floor is yours.
And I really want everyone's true opinion because honestly, well, I think what I did was correct, but I was told otherwise. Okay, let me set the scene. Let me set the scene for you. I had to drop something off to my brothers, and I see he did it right. He put himself on mute before he coughed. So I had to drop something off to my brother's house, and I got this thing out of the car, put it on his porch. As I'm about to open my door to get in the car, I hear a big bang and like a pop, right? So I'm like, great. Now I'm looking around and I'm like, what the hell is that noise? So he's like 2 houses in from a corner where there's like a parallel street. And I see this car stop. And I'm like, and I was with my mom and I'm like, did this car just stop? She's like, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, okay. Then I see this guy get out of this car and he starts walking and he's walking like all haggard. So I'm like, oh, well, I can't not go see what happened now, right? So I walk over to this guy who is an older guy, probably between 65 and 72, I'd say. And he's wearing pajama pants. And I'm like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, I don't really know. And I'm like, did you hit something? He's like, yeah, I think I hit that car. Now there was a parked car. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yes, I am. And I'm like, okay. He said, let me check out your car for a minute. Now I go to the side of his car, which would be like the right side, and it is scratched from almost the bumper to the passenger side. Almost, right? There's a big scratch. There's paint peeling off. It's dented. And I'm like, oh, I was like, did this just happen? He's like, yeah, I think so. He's like, I don't know how I hit the other car. So I was like, okay. I said, just making sure you're okay. Now, I go look at the other car, which is an older car. And it had a flat tire. So I was like, oh, like, he's like, I don't think I just did that. And I was like, yeah, probably not. Now, there's pieces of the car hanging off on the floor. And I'm like, he's like, maybe I did that, but I definitely didn't do the flat tire. And I'm like, okay. So now I could tell the guy was like in a hurry to leave. So I was like, okay, you're okay? He's like, I guess so. Yeah, I'm okay. So I was like, okay. So he gets in his car and he leaves. I walk back to my car and my mother's like, what happened? I'm like, well, I believe he sideswiped the car and probably didn't even realize like how it happened. I was like, okay, fine, right? So I didn't think anything of it. So then I tell my brother and he's like, well, because he wasn't home at the time. He goes, did you get the license plate or the guy's number? And I'm like, no. And he's like, you didn't? I'm like, no. So about an hour later, my brother messages me again. He's like, well, I got the video. Here you go. So the guy was wrong. He did give the car a flat tire. He sideswiped the car. And you could clearly see the car go down in the back after he hits it. So he definitely gave it a flat tire. And he's like, Janine, you're fucking accessory to a murder.
A hit and run.
A hit and run. And I was like, okay, well, like, I don't feel like it was my duty to get the guy's information and put it on this person's windshield. I really, truly thought the car was damage before, because it kind of looked it, you know what I mean? But also the guy was between 65 and 72, and I didn't want to get him in trouble. So, and no, DJ asked, was he drunk? No, it was about 11:15 in the morning. He wasn't drunk.
Yeah, but you were also on Long Island, so are you sure he wasn't drunk?
Right. Now, what would you have done? What would Jesus do?
If I heard a big bang and I looked at one car with damage on it and another car with damage on it, I probably would have said, I think you hit this car and you should leave a note with your...
Well, I did. He knew that he hit the car. He didn't think he did all the damage.
Why?
Because the car, and I honestly felt that way too. I do want to preface this with, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember last year or the year before when I sideswiped a car and I didn't leave them a message?
No, I don't remember this.
Yes, you do.
Did you do that?
Yes, because that's, and about a couple of days later, I got COVID. So that's why I think I got COVID, because I sideswiped the car and I never left a message. I did, because remember, I was trying to back in a space, and these people who were crossing the street, I was trying to let them cross the street, and they were trying to hurry me up to park. And I was like, no, you go. And they're like, you go. And I'm like, no, you go. And then the guy got mad. So then I just didn't do the right thing. And I got all like crazed. And I didn't do anything like this, what this guy did. I literally hit the bumper in the front. And it scratched it a little bit, but then it came off after I was trying to rub it when I walked past it. But it was the same exact street. Now, isn't that odd? So I told the guy, I went, don't, because I could see he was upset. And I'm like, listen, don't worry. I did the same thing to a parked car here too.
Oh, God.
So, I don't know. I feel like now my brother's like, I don't know if the person lives in the house over here. He's like, but if they come to me and ask if I have cameras, I'm gonna have to fucking lie to them, because they're gonna be like, who's this blonde chick in your driveway? And she went to go speak to the driver of the other car. Dee, what would you have done?
Listen, I don't know. You heard a noise, so you go to look. Like, this isn't a fucking like horror movie. You hear a noise, as long as it's not your car, you keep fucking moving along.
Yeah, you fucking narc. You act like you don't come from Howard Beach. Like you don't know how to keep your mouth shut.
Exactly. Listen, where New York is, they have to tell us if we see something, say something. And you're over here seeing something, but not saying, like, trying, like, hello.
Oh,
mind your business.
I knew it wasn't a gunshot, but I knew, like, to me it hurt. I heard like if it sounded like someone hit something. And when I saw the guy walk out of the car, I was like, I just want to make sure he's okay, especially since he was older. So D, you wouldn't have even said anything. You just would have jetted out of there.
No, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be an accessory. I don't want to.
Sam, you would have done the same thing. You would have left. You would have left. You wouldn't have gotten any pictures. You wouldn't have left a note. You wouldn't have said to the guy, hey, give me your name, number, registration, social security card. So then I was yelling at my brother. I go, you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have gotten that guy in trouble. You wouldn't have. The guy's going to be in enough trouble when he gets home and he has to explain to his wife why his side of his car is all fucked up.
How old was this guy?
65 to 72.
You just wanted to fuck him, didn't you?
No.
That's partially what it is. You're like,
why you have a love for senior citizen men?
Yeah, you really. It's alarming.
Yeah, if you're geriatric male, Janine loves you.
That's it. You do no wrong in my eyes. That's like when I was on that court case. And you know what? It was another side swiping. It was. Oh. And I'm sorry. And you know what's funny? I felt bad for the guy because he was an old guy. He was a doctor. And what he did, I don't think what he did was wrong. because I know the exact area of what had happened, and I would have done the same thing. It was like two cars hit each other. So in New York, right? Whoever hits the other car is at fault. That's how it goes here. No matter if they stop short in front of you, if you hit the other car, you're at fault. What they did, what this guy did was, you know where 110 is, right? D.
Yeah.
This guy was making a U-turn, which was a legal U-turn, and when he turned the corner, this woman was coming out of the parking lot, and they hit into each other. So the woman sued him, and every other juror was like, he's guilty, and I was the only one who said no.
Oh, they must have really loved you.
The funny thing is, the judge who came in, he was like, they come and talk to you after the case. Not all of them do, but some of them do, and they're like, they want to hear your thoughts because they can't hear them. You can't talk in front of the judge. So he's like, of course, he pinpoints me, and he's like, did you guys enjoy the case? Blah blah blah. He's like, so I've got to ask you, why did you say he was not guilty? And I was like, because he was adorable. No, I'm saying.
Oh God, I would not.
I said because I know the exact area he's in, and I would have done the same thing. And I don't find him at fault. I think it's a very, very tough area, and they both hit into each other. And he actually said, he was like, no, you're right. He's like, I actually know the area too, so I could see why you would think that. But anyway,
you are a defense attorney's dream come true.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right.
Like, I mean, they must love seeing you on the, like, oh, here's the one who feels bad for all the old men who do bad things.
Well, I just
do you have a walker?
Yeah, right.
Walker.
When did you know he was innocent, Janine? When he walked in with a walker. That's when I knew this guy couldn't have done anything.
So fam, you didn't answer me. You wouldn't have even gone over to the guy, huh?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
Pre-children, I would have looked the other way.
Okay.
Since I had kids, my world has changed, and I would have probably went over and been like, I would have probably snapped a picture of the guy's license plate, and I would have said, you probably should leave your information there. You can't force the guy to do it. I would have said, you should probably leave your information there. I would have snapped a shot of his license plate just in case he didn't, because of what you just said about your brother. Like, if your brother has it on camera, how many other houses on that block have that incident on camera?
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about that.
And now the guy with the coke problem sister saw, like, they saw you're on camera, and they're going to be like, what the fuck? Your sister,
Well, it's probably going to be too far away to hear me speaking. So I could say, I already got my rebuttal. I could say, I went over to him. He said that he didn't hit the car. His car just popped. I mean, his tire just popped, his own tire. And that was a noise I heard. Boom. No, I can't. I could not get him in trouble. I'll tell you right now, because if someone did that to my father, I would not be happy.
Look, right. But also, if somebody hit your father's car, wouldn't you want to know who it was?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Nacho Fishho said, I'd have fled out of there as soon as I heard the loud pop and bang.
That's right.
DJ Shenanigans says, it's not your responsibility, though. You was good enough to stop for a well-being check.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you.
Leisha, I would have taken pics and a video of the damage and license plate in person. Yeah, I have to be honest with you, because Cuddles knows this. I have a slight touch of paranoia.
No.
Slight touch?
I feel like if I would have witnessed this, that would have been the story. Like, people would have found me somehow and been like, why didn't you do anything? And it would be my picture on the front of the paper you know,
So you're telling me it's not going to be on News 12 again?
Yep.
probably. Did I tell you that I was in News 12 not that long ago and they have a photo of you on the wall? They're just like,
Probably.
watch out for this person.
No, I just I could not, I just couldn't get this guy in trouble.
It doesn't make any sense that he had damage on one side of his car, the other car had damage on the accepting side, and you're like, no, I don't see any reason to cause a problem here.
I knew he hit the car. We knew he hit the car. The guy, and he said he hit the car too, but we just didn't know how much damage he actually did because of a prior. To me, it looked like it was damaged before. That's
So
what I'm considering. Yeah. So fuck it.
What makes you an expert on damage and when it happens that you could make that call and be like, I'm sure it's fine?
I was a claims adjuster for Geico once.
You're partially responsible. Like, they can sue you.
No.
And I swear to God, they can ask our cop friend. If you like, what did your brother say? Aiding and abetting? It's not that, but if you witness a crime.
Here's the thing: I didn't witness it. I did not see him hit the car. Did not see him hit the car. Did not see him hit the car.
So you heard? Okay, I feel like I'm in My Cousin Vinny. You heard a loud bang.
Yep.
You turned around.
Yep.
There were two damaged cars.
Yep.
And you're going to claim that you didn't see the accident.
Did not see the accident.
Okay. Is it safe to assume that there was an accident?
Yes.
Okay. Then you're responsible. You're partially liable for this incident.
All I know is every time I drop something off to my brothers, there is a horrible thing that happens. Last time, some guy killed himself 2 houses down.
What?
Not kidding you. Last time, this happened a couple of years ago. I dropped something off, and I see all these cop cars 2 houses from him, and I'm like, and I was there as soon as the guy's parents came, and they were hysterical, crying, and I don't know if I found out from the cop or my brother told me. He was like, yeah, the guy killed himself. And I was like, what? Well, I should just not drop stuff off to him because this is bad luck every time. Every time.
When was this? 2 years ago?
It might have been, yeah. Do you remember this?
I remember this story. The guy killed himself because somebody hit his car and then didn't leave a note.
Yep.
And he couldn't pay for the damage.
Couldn't afford the damage. You just found a way out. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, Leisha, J-Sebs, just say that the guy was going to leave his info. Say that he told you he would leave his info for the damaged car owner. Oh, I could say yes. I could say, actually, he said he was in a hurry to go someplace. He had to pick up his wife, and then he was going to come back and leave his info. Yes, got it. Thank you, Leisha.
Yeah, but careful though, because if they have your audio on the camera, then you're fucked.
Who's got fucking audio?
Nick has audio, but Nick doesn't have that close audio. Oh, well.
But whoever's house it is, like that was right there, probably might have. You should go scope it out.
I don't think so.
I think it's too far away because there's also a front yard and then the house is set back a little bit. So, but all I'll say is I was right. I wonder what our cop friend would think about this.
I think he would be disappointed.
I think he has enough to deal with. And you shouldn't make him a party to this because as soon as a higher up in the NYPD gets involved, now the media is going to be interested, and it's going to be a whole big thing.
Oh, I like this. I like this, and I want to know who's going to play me in the made-for-TV movie. And it's
the girl from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's no.
It's going to be called The Accomplice.
I can't. Oh my God.
You're I would be nervous if I were you. You better hope nobody, because whoever's going to do this, whoever's car that was, they're going to go to the neighbors and go, "Did you see anything on your?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ring cam footage? Why wouldn't you?"
Can I tell you something that happened once?
Oh God! You just keep implementing yourself with everything. How many times have you should have been arrested but haven't?
Yeah, I want you to know.
Tell you? Go ahead.
Frank and I talk about this often of how we're going to have to testify in court one day to one of these stories.
Yep.
We're very concerned that we're just going to be in court.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So wait, let me tell you this. It's nothing bad. Once my husband his car was parked in front, and we wake up and his car mirror is hanging off the side, and the other person's car mirror fell off too. So somebody sideswiped him and left their car mirror. So Detective Janine got on the case, Googled the shit out of the model number, found the model and make of the car and year. And we found the guy down the street. He lived on the next block. This is before the Ring camera was even a thing.
Okay.
And my husband, he was drive. He's like, maybe I should drive around the neighborhood, see if the car, someone else's car, has a missing mirror. I'm like, there's not going to be someone in the neighborhood. I'm like, hold on, I got this. So I was like, look for this type of car. It's like, okay, fine. Do you know the idiot down the next block, didn't even park his car with the broken mirror, the broken mirror side was facing the street. Idiot. So my husband went there, rang the bell. Was like, is this yours? And it was the car mirror.
It was so good.
And the guy was like, oh no. And he's like, you hit my car. And the guy's, no, I didn't. So my husband's like, yeah, you did. I know you did. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I was coming home from upstate and I was really tired. And I was like, oh, motherfucker, you were drunk. Okay. So anyway, we went through insurance and the guy had to pay for it. Oh, well. Don't leave evidence at the scene.
He didn't just offer you money? Like, here's
nope.
$150. Go get it fixed?
Nope. So, but yeah.
He refused. Did you say just pay for the? I
don't remember because it was like probably 9 or 10 years ago. Ask roommate at the dinner on Saturday. The guy was so dumb to leave evidence at the scene.
DJ Shenanigan, imagine if the press contacted J Sav's brother for a statement and he sent them a dick pic. Imagine? I'm pretty sure that's already happened.
Oh my God.
No, or a picture of him sitting in gum.
By the way, what was this mystery package that you were dropping off at your brother's house? Because it was definitely coke. Because that's how my uncles start their stories when they were dropping off coke to somebody. Like I was leaving something by my friend's house, and
it was a picture banner, so it wasn't even anything. It was something to hold up like a huge banner, so it wasn't even anything bad. Although
where was the coke inside the tube of the banner?
Imagine the cops are like, "So what were you bringing?" Because it looks suspiciously like a body. I didn't do it, officer.
I mean, that's you're just putting your brother in a weird position because people are going to be like, they're going to put it together that you're there. They're going to see you there at some point.
So what you're telling me is that every time I go there, I have to wear a disguise.
Yeah, this is why I want to be honest, because I'm afraid of somebody calling me out on my bullshit. That's why I need to that's why I would be like, you got to leave a fucking note, because if this comes back,
you're serious too. Now you're making my asshole sweat.
No, I'm serious. Cuddles, am I wrong? Like it is going to be found out that you that it's whenever you think it's not a big deal, that's when it becomes a huge deal.
Come on, no.
Deal.
Swear to God.
When did this happen?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you the story. You ever go through those weekends where you're like, you don't shower Friday, and then you don't shower Saturday, then Sunday you don't shower, and it's like Monday, okay, I got to shower, right? We were working on something, doing something, and I had to go to run to King Cullen, and I'm like, should I shower? Because I'm gonna go to King Cullen, my local supermarket, and somebody's gonna notice me, and I'm like, it's not being like you're not that big of a deal, asshole. Like don't. 2 seconds I walk into that fucking store. Oh, are you in? And now I feel like I could smell myself. I stink so bad. We were working outside or whatever the fuck we were doing, and now I had to like run away from this person because I felt like, well, I ran into Ant. He stunk to high hell. Like I don't know, this guy doesn't fucking shower. So I live just whenever you think, it's not a big deal or nobody's looking. It's a fucking big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fucking big deal. It never fucking fails.
Well, I'm gonna go kill myself now.
Here's what you here's listen to me. I will visit you in prison. Right? No, I will visit you in prison. Just know that. Whatever little correctional facility they send you to on the island, you can count on Ant to come visit you and see if you're okay.
Your old pal Ant.
Look at this, Janine. Touch the screen.
I am.
He's such an asshole.
You need human contact. Touch the screen. That's gonna be me. This is gonna be me in 2 weeks. Your kids are fine. Your husband, I don't know if he's moved on or not. That's not important. What's important is that you feel okay in here. That's gonna be our conversation 2 weeks from now when we have glass between us.
All right.
Not to make you feel bad, but Leisha says the cover-up is the worst in the crime.
And no.
Obstruction of justice. Thank you, Paul. That's what I was looking for before. Obstruction of justice. That is illegal in the state of New York and mostly the other 47 states we have.
Okay. Can I tell you something?
What the fuck? Did you just say?
I don't think that you... What was that face for, Anthony? That face. I don't think that
when I say dumb things, I do the Jim look right into the camera. You haven't noticed that by now?
No.
I've been doing it for 2.5 years.
I think that you would have definitely not said anything. I think you would just left. You wouldn't have even seen if he was okay. You would have just left.
You went looking for that.
Yeah.
You just love that drama.
I just wanted to make sure he was okay.
Well, I get that, but
yeah.
I get that. That's a nice thing to do. I get that.
But okay. All right, I'm gonna go.
You got her shook now. Now she is.
Now I'm a little scared.
She's a little nervous now.
She should be nervous. First of all, she was in on every episode we did on Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, and they were in the middle of a desert, and they were still caught on camera beforehand.
Shit, you're fucking right.
You should fucking know better that everything you do is being filmed.
I bet you right now I bet you FBI followed me and they're bugging my house.
What is going on here?
You better hope it's not a high-profile person that lives in that fucking house.
Oh man, now you fucking told us, Anthony. I gotta go. We got 2 kids. Okay.
I can't go to jail. If anybody calls me, Janine, I'm diming you out in a second.
Oh, I already know that.
I'm gonna be like this. I would never tell on my friends. But if you look at the December 18th episode of the AOA podcast, everything you need to know is right there.
Specifically where it says Janine J. Sab's story. All right, let me go. I got to go blow my nose and probably blow my roommate for the last time this year. Or forever.
Listen, most female prisons are fine. You're going to be just fine.
Nope, there's a lot of lesbians in there just waiting.
Waiting to turn somebody just like you.
I know.
Yeah. The complete opposite of an old man is a young lesbian, and that's who's going to abuse you in prison. It always works that way.
Yeah, and maybe in fucking porn. That's definitely top 10 porn searches. Lesbian prison scene. Good night.
All right, good night.
Paul, this pod will be played at trial. I have a feeling this pod will be played on our morning news tomorrow morning.
God damn it.
Her brother lives in an affluent area. That's probably some sort of state assembly person or some fucking big time business owner. Those old men, man. Tricky. Did I ever tell you, Cuddles, about the accident that I witnessed in Howard Beach when I was a kid?
I don't want to know about anything.
This guy was driving drunk.
Oh God!
Comes down the road. We're standing in front of a library. There's an old man parked in a car right in front of us. We watch this guy come down the road, swerve, slam into this old man who's sitting in a parked car. He hit the car so hard, he was parked at the curb, that the two wheels went up over the curb. You know how hard it is to move a 2-ton vehicle against the grain of its tires? The guy driving the car head through the windshield. That's how fucking hard he hit this car. The old man in the car never flinched, not once. The guy hit the driver's side of the vehicle. The old man wasn't aware of the accident until the first police officer arrived on the scene and asked if he was okay. And the guy went, "What do you mean?" He had no idea that he had gotten hit by a car.
Wow.
So hard that a guy is, I swear to God, you could ask my mother. This happened right in front of our very eyes. I could still see it in my mind's eye to this day. So those old dudes don't have a good sense of their vehicle and what they've hit and what they haven't hit, which is why you can't really, you got to assume. I don't know why she just assumed that it wasn't. She saw an old man. She thought she was helping an old man get out of a pickle, get out of a jam. Get out of a conundrum, if you will.
A conundrum.
That J Sabs.
I know.
I'm going to visit her. I don't know if you're going to. I feel like most of our friends will abandon her, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Aren't you so sweet?
I'm not going to put a file in a cake for her, but I'll come visit. I'll tell her about the new wife her husband has and all that stuff. I'll fill her in. I'll keep her up to date on it all.
Okay, what's going on with the eggnog controversy? Let's go. It's 10:30 at night, you.
Cuddles, just as we were celebrating our love for eggnog on the previous episode, I heard from a lot of people messaging me about their love for eggnog as well. A lot of people just talking about eggnog. Rhonda, I love eggnog. I put a shot of bourbon in mine. The last few years, I've picked up eggnog sold at a liquor store at a market called and the eggnog is called Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. It is so good. That fucking sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, to Anthony, I love eggnog as well. Whole Foods used to make a great nog. I remember sitting in their parking lot, drank the whole half a gallon right in the parking lot. Happy holidays to you and Cuddles. Thank you, Vince.
Oh, thank you.
I could keep going, but there's just tons of love on the eggnog. What do I find in my inbox today? Drinking eggnog can be risky. Here's the safest way to do so. I don't know. I think this is big orange juice trying to knock down people's eggnog consumption around the holidays. They say the Christmas favorite is a traditional made with raw eggs, cream, milk, sugar to create a rich and creamy treat that can be spiked with bourbon, rum, or brandy. According to experts, though, if not properly made, it can get you very sick. Bill Marler, a food safety litigator, told the Huffington Post raw eggs are a biggest risk because you have a danger of getting salmonella. Bacteria is one of the leading causes of food poisoning and can result in diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps, and vomiting for 12 to 72 hours after infection and usually lasts 4 to 7 days. Most people recover on their own, but in certain cases, the infection can lead to hospitalization and death.
I hate eggnog.
But my thing is, okay, the most recent estimates indicate that about 3 out of every 10,000 eggs is positive for salmonella, according to Dr. Don Schaffner at Rutgers University, a distinguished professor and extension specialist in food science, according to the Huffington Post. Why do they got to scare me out of my fucking, like, we were just having a little eggnog celebration. We were finding each other, you know, us eggnog people. We're in the woods. We're in the closet. We're not really talking about our love. Next thing you know, we're admitting to drinking half a gallons in parking lots and, buying liquored up eggnog from stores, and now all of a sudden here comes big corporate juice, and they're like, eggnog can kill you. Why can't we just have a little fun, Cuddles? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because they want you to live and not get salmonella and die.
You gotta die of something.
Not from fucking eggnog.
I would love it if I went out with eggnog. Oh, that would be the best ever.
I hate eggnog.
I love eggnog.
Oh, this fucking stupid thing.
It was the salmon. Wait, I can't get. Oh, wait, there it is. It was the eggnog. Excuse me.
They're like, what is?
The first night I got this,
Yeah.
I practiced for like 45 minutes straight, and then when I finally got it, oh, that's good. When you get it in a good spot, you got to keep it there. What was I saying? Anyway, when I hit it right, I was laughing hysterical. I was so happy. Anyway, I don't know why the media does this. This is a media thing. Oh, they got to fucking shit on everything. Now all of a sudden, eggnog can kill you. Can't we just have some fucking fun around the holidays without worrying about dying?
No, because like everything can kill you.
Finally, Cuddles, Emily Ratajkowski. She lost her VIP tickets. For the Knicks, the Rangers, you get VIP tickets to Madison Square Garden. They let you sit in the first like 2-3 rows, courtside or ringside, and they give you the tickets for free. But the deal is they can put you on the jumbotron and they could use you in like commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's part of the thing they do. So celebs like it because it's like, I get to go to the game. I don't got to pay. It's no hassle. Sure, you can put me on the screen. What's the big fucking deal?
Yeah.
Well, Ratajkowski was she was at a Knicks game, and apparently it was a close game, and with a couple minutes to go, she left. And so somebody spotted that, and they told her, you can come back to the Garden if you want, but you're going to have to pay for your tickets. You lost your VIP privileges.
I
I kind of like it, to be totally honest with you. Like, if you're going to get a freebie, you can't skirt out early to avoid the crowd.
Well, I guess they think they can.
These celebrities think they can do whatever the hell they want. So now, banned. Emily Ratajkowski, banned. Can't get the free tickets no more. Spokesperson said to the media today that Emily, if she's welcome to come back she's welcome to buy great seats anytime she'd like, but she's not going to be offered comp seats anymore.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. What does our son say? Too bad, too sad?
Yeah. Too bad, too sad.
Yeah, he says that.
Too bad, so sad?
No, too bad, too sad.
That James Dolan is a malicious prick, and he's got his whole staff running a tight ship over there.
Yep.
Which I get, because I feel like too that like you don't need an Emily Ratajkowski. Like, there's so many actresses and actors that you can fucking start banning a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody's gonna be like, oh, we can't go to the Garden because of how mean they were to Emily Ratajkowski. How funny was our daughter tonight? My daughter comes up to me after school and she goes, Taylor Swift's my favorite singer now. And I'm like, I didn't even know you knew Taylor Swift. And she's like, well, her and her friend, they were like, yeah. And blank, what was it? Blank Space is her favorite song.
Yeah. Yeah. And there she was in the kitchen as I'm frying chicken cutlets. She has my phone watching videos and she has it propped up and she's like dancing and doing like moves. And then she went into the living room and I heard it on there. Yeah. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm not liking it, but whatever.
It's over. We're gonna be those people now shelling out $2,500 for fucking Taylor Swift tickets.
No.
Having to sit there through the show.
Yep, no, that's not happening. I am not doing that.
Yeah, she says that now. Ask her if we bent on the elf on the shelf thing.
I did not. You pressured me because our son wanted it. Okay? That's not my. He even asked for it today when we went to CVS because they have it. These fucking stores that he had, and he's like, "Can I get an elf? When am I gonna get an elf? When am I gonna get an elf?" Like, yeah, you want us to get an elf with fucking kids, but then I have to do all the work moving that little motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah, I won't. I won't have
Yeah,
any part of it.
exactly. Thanks a lot.
All right, Cuddles, I'd like to keep going, but I'm feeling a little eggnog.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Eggnog is starting to upset the whole system here.
It's so disgusting. So disgusting.
Look up Leslie Nielsen fart machine. And I'm telling me you don't enjoy the shit out of that video. It's so spectacular the way he talks about. He's like, I got a bad piece of that. It only takes one. It's just.
Oh God.
Which the double funny part about that is in 1990 whatever, salmon was the exotic fish that got people like, we didn't eat salmon as much as we do now. Like today you can't avoid fucking salmon. It's everywhere. Every menu's got salmon on it. People are serving salmon at delis. But back then it was kind of like an exotic fish, you know.
Ugh.
Fucking Leslie Nielsen is a legend. Golden AOA Hole Awards. We're going to crown winners on Friday's episode. Go to anthonyonair.com right now and click to vote. Have your say on the best comedy special, movie, album of the year. It's all up there at anthonyonair.com. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.